human DNA NFTs. Wave's platform sells an NFT for $1 million, and Takashi Murakami, amazing artist, nopes out on NFTs. Hey guys, my name is Todd Wanish. Welcome back. Welcome to this edition of NFT Crypto. This is your exclusive source for uncovering hot NFT art, new projects, and the latest news. If you're new, which you probably are since we just started the channel a few days ago, please don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn all of the notifications, hit all the buttons, because you know as well as I do that YouTube does tend to gatekeep some of this crypto content. And so unless you tell them specifically and explicitly that you want to hear and see more content like this, you're probably never going to see it. And honestly, if you don't see it, you're going to miss out because a lot of this information is very time sensitive and it's often important. So with that said, hit those buttons. You'll do me a favor. We'll help the channel grow. I would really appreciate it. And now let's get to the top news of the day. So I'm going to jump into Dapp Radar. Some really interesting things. NBA Top Shots had taken back the lead, but now CryptoPunks is in the lead again. I still am amazed at how strong the volume and trading and the sales is from CryptoPunks, because you're talking $3.75 million in volume over the last 24 hours. But this is only from 73 traders and 48 sales. And again, you compare that to number two, which is 48,361 traders for NBA Top Shots. And you can just see that even if NBA Top Shots takes that number one lead, that is just in terms of long-term sustainability and value, CryptoPunks is just an art piece. Honestly, it is clearly up there now with any type of fine art product. So I think long term, CryptoPunks is far and away the winner, at least so far. The other thing that's interesting is if you go over to the right, you got top sales. So I just want to do a shout out to Money Factory. This piece sold for $499,000, and it's actually pretty cool. I'm going to share it with you just so you can see it. Look at this thing. This is really, really cool. Let me just move my screen stuff. So very, very cool. Looks amazing. Congratulations to both the artist and the seller. $500,000 just shows you like how incredible this space is right now. So let's talk about how incredible this space is, because it's not just about art, although I tend to talk about that quite a bit. The crazy thing is that it actually has a lot to do with weird projects like this. Somebody has actually encoded their human DNA inside of an NFT and placed it on the blockchain. As the article talks about, it's a little Gattaca-esque, which is true. But it's fun right now, but it has some serious implications, right? So you've got a crypto user known as Cybex Dreamer. They recently listed their personal genome as an NFT for sale on OpenC. This anonymous seller is auctioning off 3 NFTs, each containing 1/3 of their complete DNA sequence based on identifier, chromosome number, base pair position, and genotype. Now, they're talking about in the article how no one's really bid on it yet, but time will tell. I will say that for someone like you and me, it's probably not that big of a deal. The implications of this, however, really go into at least the first thing that I think of is celebrity, right? What happens when you are someone who is extraordinarily famous and you have the ability to sell your genome, to sell your actual DNA, or at least the documentation of your DNA through something like an NFT, right? This is something science fiction movies have always had, where they go and they get a hair from Albert Einstein and they bring them back, or some other thing. I'm an 80s kid, so I just think of weird science all the time. But it has a lot of implications for things down the road. The other thing that the article points out, and I think is really something that could be thought of, or something that could be considered, is they say someone could potentially get the information on their ancestry, predispositions to genetic disorders, and how to commit identity theft at some point should DNA become used as it is in dystopian science fiction, sci-fi movies like Gattaca. I don't know if we're going all the way to Gattaca just yet, but it is interesting the consequences or side effects of putting your DNA or your genome or any other unique identifier to your person, really into your entire ancestry online. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. I think it's an interesting experiment, certainly newsworthy, certainly interesting. I am going to be very interested to see down the road if if this pushes the celebrity set into a new genre, a new way of making money outside of just NFTs or royalties from licensing deals and things like that. It could be very interesting, right? Because all of a sudden you're talking about individual regular people who want to have a baby with Brad Pitt's eyes or something. I don't know. But, as crazy as it sounds, that seems to be where we're headed. Let's see what else we got in the news. Well, we got an NFT just sold for $1 million on the Waves blockchain. This sale is the biggest NFT purchase outside of the Ethereum ecosystem, which is why it's important. It's the highest sale non-fungible token NFT outside of Ethereum, and it was done by the founder of Waves on the Waves platform. Now, it being from the founder of Waves is why it probably went for a large amount of money. But that doesn't take away from the fact that they actually accomplished a really good goal, which was, hitting $1 million is a big deal. Who bought it? Who knows? Could have been an investor. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not suggesting that, but it wouldn't surprise me because, honestly, this is what sold. It's a picture of a duck. Who am I to judge art? This duck is now worth $1 million. Congratulations, I guess, to both the buyer and the seller. Now, to be fair, they are rolling the money back in to the company. It's not like he's putting it in his pocket. So you gotta appreciate the fact that he's actually the founder is actually putting it back into the company. But the duck called Perfection again sold for 1 million neutrino dollars, which is USDN, and this is the world we live in. I love it. It's fantastic. It's a duck. It really just makes a point. It's really smart because it does show that there are ways outside of Ethereum's ecosystems to generate capital, which is the point, right? And I'm going to show you one more thing that makes a great point, which is Takashi Murakami, who is a very well-known artist, fine art space. He's been around for a long time. I actually knew some people that worked for him in New York. He launched his own NFT project on OpenC. I don't have a screenshot of that. He took it down. You see that says, "We'll be back soon." The interesting thing is you have people bidding on him saying, "We'll be right back," after these messages. Essentially, you've got someone wanting to spend $10,000 on the "So sorry, we'll be back soon" image. But essentially, he launched his own NFT series on OpenC. The prices, when I saw them, most of them were for about 0.5 ETH. Some were about an ETH. Honestly, that's normally what his physical prints go for. He produces hundreds of thousands of them. So it seemed okay to me. Some of the prints were tied in pieces of the CryptoPunks images into it, right? So he kind of combined a little bit of CryptoPunksness into that, and those were the highest. They were going for 10, 20, I think 10 or 15 ETH was the range on that. So it's really interesting that he decided to pull the plug. And what he said is this right here. He said, let's see if this is the one. Yep. This is what he says. I have to make an announcement here. I was about to take on a challenge of offering NFTs, digital artworks that use electronic certification mechanism for sale. For the following reasons, however, I have decided to postpone and re-examine the sales. Initially, I took the challenge on with a spirit of trial first, groping my way forward from the preparation of the NFT artwork to entering into an NFT marketplace. I believe my team and I managed to prepare everything very quickly. On the other hand, we have been receiving many valuable opinions and advice from a number of collectors and experts, which have led me and my team to further discuss and deepen our awareness. In order to take full advantage of NFT and maximize the convenience for the collectors, owners, while strengthening their satisfaction and sense of security in owning the works, we decided that it would be best to further explore the optimal format in which to offer my NFT works. To this end, we plan to carefully consider and discuss various factors such as choosing between ERC 721 and 1155 based on their advantages and disadvantages, considering the concept of my work, whether we need independent smart contracts, whether we should build our own storefront, and whether we need IPFS, among others, being a decentralized way to hold images, right? So I would therefore like to withdraw the listing for the time being and tackle NFT again and further after further internal discussions, better prepared. I sincerely apologize to those who have already put in their bids, but I hope you will understand the logic behind this withdrawal, the aim of which is to later allow you to enjoy my NFT works more conveniently and with peace of mind. Through the preparations and discussions so far, I've become even more convinced of the great potential of NFT, and I am excited anew to work on NFT digital art. I thank you for coming along with me on this journey. Now, I am not going to knock the guy for deciding to go in a different path or putting something up and saying, oh, okay, maybe I really need to rethink this. Is it really based, on ERC 721 decisions or 1155 smart contracts, all that stuff? Probably, maybe. I've got no reason to doubt it. I will say, though, that is very interesting. I was a little surprised that he just went on and popped on to OpenC when at the same time, you've got lesser known artists with less history and less historical importance, at least in terms of traditional fine art, launching on platforms like Christie's and Sotheby's and making millions and millions of dollars. And I'm not even talking about the Beeple launch. I'm talking about even people like Pac. Pac's phenomenal. He's actually relatively new to me personally because I come from more of the traditional fine art background, but his work is fantastic. Sotheby's partnered with Nifty to launch Pac's NFT. This is Sotheby's very first release. This is Sotheby's as an auction house, their very first NFT deep dive. And I did the math on this. The gamification on this is fantastic. And maybe I'll do a deep dive into the gamification of this soon, just because I find this stuff fascinating. But the short of it is it was open for 3 days, 15 minutes a day, which is incredibly short, but amazing. And then the first day it was $500. The second day it was $1,000. Third day it was $1,500. And there was a lot of game mechanics in there to make you buy more. The point of it all is at the end, he sold 23,151 units. Now I have no idea how many units of what sold, the $500, $1,000, or $1,500. But if you just took 23,151 units and you multiplied it by $500, which would be the minimum, what you have is something like over like $11 million or something like that. I have my calculator up here, but I'm not going to pull it up. Is over $10 million. And then you also had a couple of auctions down here, and this was like another 2.7. Well, actually about 2.8 million. So all in all, if I had to guess, I would say on average, like being conservative with a conservative number, Pac made about $15 million off of this. And that's on the low side because I'm not really taking into consideration, the ones that sold for 1,000 or 1,500 really, because I just don't know how many he sold. So we're looking at Pac, who's a phenomenal artist, but hasn't been in the fine art world and had a relationship with Sotheby's and Christie's for as long as someone like Takashi Murakami, made $15 million. And Takashi Murakami, who went just straight to OpenC, was getting an average sale price of like half an ETH to maybe 10 ETH for the higher end ones. So is that a factor of why he pulled out? I don't know. Honestly, it probably would have been for me. If I push my stuff out there and all of a sudden these other people that haven't been out there as long as I have, and I have better connections with than they do, are just adding a zero to whatever it is that I'm making, that might make me reconsider. So we hope that we're going to see Murakami back. I know we will. And I cannot wait because he is one of my all-time favorite artists. I love his work. His dedication to his craft is incredible. And he certainly deserves to have a fantastic launch. And honest, I am kind of glad that he waited so that I can save some money up so I can buy one when he finally launches. All right. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what you think. Let me know, what do you think about Takashi Murakami or the $1 million NFT? What do you think about putting your DNA out there as an NFT? Is that wise? Is that not wise? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Also, if there are any projects out there that you want me to review, I would love to do it. Leave that in the comments below as well. And remember to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.